Hey, welcome. Now back to Dear Diva. You are on air with your host, Angelique, the Diva Everett. I've got a special guest and a good friend of mine, Mr. Izzy Cruz.
How's it going, Angelique?
Doing good, Izzy.
Good,
He,
good.
he is an advocate and a content creator. That is all I got for him right now, but he also does work for People Link as well.
You good? It froze for a second.
Good.
All right.
Hey, Izzy. So glad to have you on air with me.
Thank you, Angelique. It's good to be here.
I am so happy.
Thank you, thank you.
All right. So tell me about Izzy.
Well, I'm 34 years old, self-advocate, as you know, content creator. Just all about living life, you know how it is.
Okay. I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
Oh, good. Had to make
Yeah.
sure to turn the volume up.
You want me to retake that? You want me to do it again?
Yeah, you can. Let me just do. Tell me about Izzy.
So, I'm Izzy Cruz, 34 years old, content creator, advocate. You know, staying busy, living life.
So, how is it living life?
Living life. It's an adventure. As a person with a disability, we got to live life a little different. We have some obstacles that we have to face and go through, but all the challenges that we face, we got to face them head on and keep moving forward, right?
I definitely agree about that. Yes. Especially since you have your little girlfriend as well too. Hey Cody, how you doing, girl?
Yes, Courtney. I love Courtney. She's great. She keeps me in check.
I can't wait to see her again.
I told her, I said, maybe next time we can do the podcast together. She said,
Ooh,
we would,
now
we
that's
would,
a good idea. Now I would
we,
like that.
we might be able to set that up. We'll see. I got to do a little
Okay.
bit of convincing, but maybe we can do it.
And probably you and my other friend, Legendary, because I
Yeah.
gotta have the both of you on the podcast.
Oh, if you do that, you got to give us at least an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know we like to talk.
Uh, to, hey, I know every time me and him get into talking, it's like, oh my god, okay.
Yeah,
Legendary, you know, it is not a whole hour now, so
yeah. You if you do us, you got to give us at least an hour.
yeah, I agree about that. So, where do you see yourself in 5 years as an advocate in your life?
Where do I see myself as an advocate? You know, can I go a little back? Can I give you a little bit of a backstory?
Oh, yeah. You can go way back. Yeah.
As you know, you've known me for about what, 12 years now. In the beginning, uh, advocacy wasn't always my number one goal. And as life progressed and as experience progressed and opportunities presented itself, I said, this is where I want to be in life. Do I see myself um being in the same um company for all these years? No, but do I see myself being an advocate for the rest of my life? Yes, because not only do we have to keep fighting for the things that we had to fight for when we were growing up, but now we got to fight for the people that are coming up behind us, right? And make sure that they don't have to struggle to get all the resources that we did when we were growing up.
Agree.
So I would say that for me, as where I see myself in advocacy, I don't want to say that I'm coming. BJ will laugh at this one. You know BJ.
Mhm.
I don't want to say that I see myself coming for BJ's spot, but I want to get up to where he is and create my own lane in advocacy and maybe be able to be at all these different rallies that he's able to go to and be able to travel the country and spread the advocacy word all over the country and not just in New York State.
I definitely agree about that. I can't see myself doing that myself. So yes.
Yeah, 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 for sure.
So so why create Izzy vlogs up on TikTok versus YouTube?
So that's a good, that's a good question. Honestly, I when I started my vlog channel, back, I want to say it was 2020. I did YouTube, and honestly, you know why? The reason I started it was because 2019, 2020, we were in lockdown, right? There was COVID, and there was nothing to do. We were all stuck in the house, and what was I doing? Watching YouTube, right? So my mom would always come in and she'd be like, you're always watching YouTube. Why don't you do it and see where you get? So I picked up a camera and went from there. But there was a moment in time where I kind of I don't want to say discouraged, but I want to like just kind of fell in a slump, like making all the same content over and over and over again. And it just became like, and at the time editing, I was shooting, editing, and contacting people for my thumbnails and music and things like that. And it was just too much of the same repetitiveness over and over again. So it just became like me getting burnt out. So I just kind of stopped for a while and then I went to TikTok and again because I was watching it all day almost. And I was like, you know what, I can do this. Let me pick up a camera again. And you know who actually kind of got me to get that bug in my ear again to start recording again? You mentioned her a little earlier with Courtney. She for Christmas this year she bought me a camera. And
Ooh.
she said, I want you to use this camera to work on your content. Content creation is something that you love to do, and you kind of stepped away from it. And I hate that you backed away from your dreams. So let's pick up this camera and let's see what we can do with it. So starting this spring and summer, I think I'm gonna pick up the camera again and see where it goes. I don't know if it's gonna go on YouTube. I don't know if it's gonna go on TikTok, but it's gonna go somewhere. So be on the lookout for that. If you guys are following me, stay close to, my social media and all my content creation spaces and see what I got cooking up.
That's a good idea, and it's a good thing you mentioned social media.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was going to ask you, where can we find you?
So all over the place, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all at Izzy's Life Vlogs. And I'm not on. I have a Snapchat account, but I don't really use it. And then Facebook, if you're following me on Facebook, it's uh at Israel Izzy Cruz.
Oh, okay, you heard that, my viewers. You heard that, and tell him Lady E sent y'all.
Yeah, yeah. Let me know. Let me know that you got it from Angelique, and there'll be something special in my next video.
Okay, you heard that, my viewers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. What's your biggest goal you want to achieve in your life?
Um, Honestly, there's so many, but truthfully, my biggest goal that I want to achieve right now. Can I give you two? Can I give you one in the advocacy space and one in my personal life? Can we do that?
Uh, Go right ahead. I'm
All right.
listening. Go right ahead.
So I would say like the advocacy space um is to be able to stand next to all of our friends. And if you know what we're talking about, just to stand next to all of our friends in Albany or who knows, maybe in Washington D.C. someday, and be a part of a movement that makes change in society for people with disabilities. That is my goal for advocacy. And then personally is to um, get out on my own um, and just start my life as an independent person with a disability in my own apartment with my girlfriend or in separate apartments, but in the same area. And, just see what life is about on our own.
I definitely agree about that. Definitely agree about that. I think that was it for that. But it's a good thing you mentioned Courtney. So how is it? Because I know she lives in Jamestown. So how is it doing long distance?
Um, it's it's a struggle. Um, but we make it work. We have great staff. We have great friends who are always willing to help us when they can. Um, and even when we have even just a spare minute where she's able to be in town for a doctor's appointment or whatever, and our or her staff at that time, because we share staff, but her staff at that time is able to make a little bit of time where she can get us a half an hour or an hour to do lunch or go to the mall or something, or just get in the car and just drive around the city for a while. We make every little second count. Um, During the winter, it stinks because, it's always so cold and we have to worry about the snow and all this other stuff. But when the weather breaks is when I'm in Jamestown or she's here or vice versa. I'm there as much as I can be. I try to be there at least every other month or every 2 months because I also have staff that live down in the Jamestown area, so I have to get down there to work with them as well. But we try to make it work as best as we can. We've been together for almost 3 years, so we're
Well,
doing a pretty good job at it. So, but like I said, our ultimate goal is to be together someday, in the same city and just do what we do, right? One of our favorite things to say is that um, we know things are hard, but we always make it work, and we always try to find the best way to make it easy for us and easy for the people that we work with. Because if we didn't have the support that we have, we wouldn't be able to make it work like we have, and we'd be struggling a lot harder. So again, we give a lot of credit to the people that help us out.
well, that's a good thing. And congratulations on doing 3 years.
Thank you, thank you. It'll be 3 years, August 12th.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Figured to ask is because I've been doing online dating for quite some time, ever since COVID hit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I did kind of go back to the one I had before, but he don't know technically on what the heck he want. So
See,
yeah, he wanted to kick and eat it too before. That's why.
yeah.
So
So, since you brought her up, I'm gonna give her a little bit of credit. She's gonna hate me for this, but yeah, she knows I don't care.
oh
Um,
Lord.
Courtney has definitely given me a different perspective on life in general. Before her, um, I'm not gonna say that I struggled a lot, but like you said, you run into situations where you want to find someone to love and care for, and you just go through people. Not to say that you're going through people, but you're trying to find that person, right? So before Courtney, I was actually going back and forth with someone for a really long time, and one day I got to give credit to a friend of mine. He was picking me up one day, and I had told him, I said, "Hey, I'm talking to this new girl. Um, I've known her for a really long time, but we never really pursued anything just because timing wasn't right or whatever. Or I just didn't know what she was into or whatever the case may be." And he was like, "Look, dude, I've seen you go through all these struggles with this person prior to this new girl that you have. And if you don't take this shot, I'm gonna smack you because you're just gonna stay in a stagnant place where you don't want to be. So just give something new a shot. You never know what could happen, right?" So one day I just reached out to her because I was responding to something that she said on Facebook, and we've basically been attached at the hip ever since. Um, and it's cool because we know a lot of the same people. We grew up around a lot of the same people because of um, the Cradle Beach environment, and to see their reactions to us being together and how happy and how much love we have for each other is really special. So, w words of advice too, is to never give up and just be patient, right? Because the right person is going to come along someday.
I definitely agree about that.
Yeah.
Definitely agree. And I just put it out there is because I'm trying to look for the right one. And just like I said, it's just really hard to have this
Yeah.
other person kind of trying to get back into that door again. So,
Can I ask you a question? And you don't have to say on air. We can talk about it later.
yes,
Do I know who this person is?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, you can tell me who it is, and I'll tell you. I'll tell you after if I know. But you can tell me later.
You know I will. Cause I've been going back to the whole dating thing. Cause basically, I we were trying to give it another shot, another chance technically.
Yeah, yeah,
And I've been noticing some red flags technically. That's what's been going on.
yeah, yeah,
So I'm like, so I had some word of advice about it. And I'm
yeah,
like, and because I was doing online dating technically before me and him tried to work things out. But then right
yeah.
after, I've been noticing red flags ever
Hey,
since
look,
we kind of, you know,
Angelique. Look, let me tell you. If he's one of those people, or she, whoever it may be, um, don't. If they're one of those people that want their cake and eat it too, let it go. Let it go because that just means that they're willing to um what's the word I'm trying to use? D- Pretend to be with somebody and then go with somebody else. That's not what you want. So
okay.
in this situation, just be be who you are, right? Be who you are, and the right person will come along. I tell one of our mutual friends this all the time, and I've known him for almost 30 years, and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
But I've been getting a lot of a word of advice. I even
yeah,
have an old staff of mine that I just been
uh-huh,
giving me a word of advice, and he has his own. podcast, and he's a matchmaker. So
Oh well, maybe
yeah,
he can get you some help there.
and he's pretty cool. He was my old staff at People Inc. He was an SDA staff. So
Do I know this person?
I don't know. His name is Tyrone, and he used to live here in Buffalo. But his job, because he had another job, and his job actually transferred him to North Carolina, but now he's in New York
Oh,
now.
okay, cool,
But we still communicate, so
good, yeah, that's awesome. I still communicate with a lot of my staff too. And you know what's cool? And I don't know if this happens to you as well, but a lot of my staff that I used to work with have become really some of my best friends.
oh, okay.
You know, I've had staff that I worked with 10 to 15 years ago, and we're still in touch to this day. I had one of my old staff that I just texted yesterday and asked them a video game question.
Ooh, I
Yeah,
love video games.
yeah.
And now I have a question.
What's that?
I'm giving away stuff, and I got
Uh-huh.
an old mic that I was
Uh-huh.
using, but since I got me a new phone, I cannot use it. And I was wondering if you wanted it or not.
Um, you know what? I did talk to
You
Courtney
see,
about this.
this is the
Yeah,
mic.
yeah. I did talk to Courtney about this, and she said that I should give it a shot and see what I can come up with. So I'm gonna take a shot and listen to the wife on that one. Put this one to the side for me.
Okay, but this is actually the mic.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. So let me know if you're up for it. I can give it to you. I just gotta look
Yeah,
for the hookup.
yeah. Put it to the side for me. We'll do something with it.
Okay. Cause I was gonna give it to Jim, and he said, and he had mentioned about you. He said, what about Izzy? I said, that's a good idea. I
Yeah,
didn't think about Izzy. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, I know you would like this one. I always come up with a self care corner for the podcast, and I know you would
Okay,
like. I know you would like this one. So
okay.
hold up. I'm doing two different things. I forgot about my affirmation. Angelique, really.
Yeah,
Well, I know
I
you.
like
I
that
know
one.
you would like this one anyway. It's an affirmation. I always come up with either a quote or an affirmation. So, take a full lunch break to reduce stress at work. I knew you might like that one,
Yeah, that's a good one.
especially since you're working with people thinking stuff. You know, when you're taking your lunch break, you know you gotta kind of be cool, calm, and collective now.
Yes, we do.
But I do have a self care corner that I do every podcast. And I know you will like this one. Listen to how you speak to yourself in your head and use kind words.
You know, Angelique, I love that, right? That's something that we would, me and my counselor go over all the time. Just kind of thinking about what you say, not only to other people, but to yourself. Um, it's very important to just be kind to not only yourself, but others, and just kind of be open to, um, being as true to yourself as you know you can be, right?
Definitely agree about that.
Yeah.
'Cause I try to do that. So, yes. All right, now oh, got a hot topic section. I'm gonna be bringing that back in the next episode. 'Cause right now I don't have no hot topics unless my special guest have a topic that he wants to talk about.
Mm. No, I don't think I. Wait.
See. I think something is tickling his fancy right now.
Angelique,
Okay.
I know you're a wrestling fan, right? Did you see what Randy Orton did to Cody Rhodes yesterday?
Yes, I did, and I'm just in
Well,
shock. I'm like, I love Randy Orton, but him doing that, I'm like, oh my god.
yeah, man, you did a little bit too much.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But I guess he snapped because of what Cody had told him, though.
Yeah,
I didn't
right.
really hear what Cody had said uh until I saw I think the video.
Yeah. No, but I feel like this WrestleMania is gonna be fun and exciting, and we're gonna see where it goes, right?
Definitely agree about that. Hey! I got a little puppy, and he's a little energetic.
That's okay. I got dogs too.
Yeah,
I know what that's all about.
but yeah, I definitely agree about that. Well, but yes, the only reason why is because Drew knew about Drew McIntyre.
Yeah,
He said he quit, but then when they had a match with Jacob Frontier and Trick Williams, he came out there and made him lose the match
yep,
after he said he quit. I'm like,
yeah,
really?
yep. There's always that twist. You gotta expect the unexpected.
I agree about that. I cannot wait until WrestleMania though. All right, now I always have an awareness. I always do an awareness table for every month. This time is a little different because I got special guests as I'm doing my awareness table. So I meant to do it before, but you know how people don't want to hear me just talking.
Yeah,
So that's the reason why I gotta do that. All right, we have developmental disability month, uh National Women's History Month. So you
yeah.
definitely would have to celebrate Courtney now.
I celebrate her every day. She knows it.
But that's good. That's good. So we even have our own day as well too, which was actually last week, March 8th. So
Yep,
we have National Nutrition Month, which I did not know. I just found out about.
this is all in March.
Yeah.
Yep,
And also, color. Right, I'm trying to say this right. Colorational Cancer Awareness Month.
okay.
I hope I'm saying that right. And
I
then
have no.
also, we have World Down Syndrome Day, which is already March 21st.
Yep. And do you know what March also is that you didn't mention yet?
Uh, I don't think I did. Go ahead, Izzy.
March is also CP Awareness Month.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yep, yep.
Well,
Mar-
that's a good, see, it's a good thing
March,
you said that.
March
Okay.
is March is also Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month.
I never knew that.
Yep,
I'm definitely gonna have to have some people up on here then to talk about it. Okay.
yep. Hey, maybe that could be the topic that we talk about when me and Courtney or me and Legendary get out of here.
That's a good thing, and it's a good thing you mentioned that is because now
Yeah.
we're going down to a new corner that I just started on my podcast a couple of months ago,
What are we doing?
which is spilling the tea with
Oh, we
Lady
gonna
E.
spill some tea. We gonna spill some tea. What you got to tell me?
Okay, well, the good thing you mentioned about it is because since it is the upcoming new year in 2026, I am about to do a video segment of Spilling the Tea with Lady E. So if anybody want to
Cool.
be a part of this segment, let me know. 'Cause I
Okay.
would love to have y'all on my Spilling the Tea with Lady E segment. So it'll be nice to have you and Courtney be on my video segment of Spilling the Tea with Lady E. So
Okay. All right.
I know
We'll
it'll be
we'll see.
something new for the upcoming new year. That's we already in the new year, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be kind of nice. I would tell the Jim about it, and I would tell him I'm thinking about coming up with a new segment. Cause Spinach was like the East, so
It's always cool to come up with new ideas and new segments and new things to do on your podcast because you know what? It keeps your content fresh and exciting for all the new people, right?
yeah, yes, I definitely agree about that.
Yeah.
And also, and I'm just gonna put it out there right now before I even talk about this in the
Okay.
segment is please, everybody, please do not swallow your tea so hard when I mention about my group. All
Okay.
right, spoiler alert. I got my own Medicaid advocacy group that we meet every month, first month, first day, and every month. I just started. I had my two meetings, about to have another meeting this month, March 24th. So anybody want to be a part of my Medicaid group, let me know. Your girl can hook you up. So let me know.
Please.
We are about to actually come up with some. I made an assignment for all of us to do in my group. So we are about to make some signs because we are about to go to the No Kings protest this at the end of this month.
Cool.
Because we need to put a voice, we need to put our foot down and make our voice loud and proud.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, we
So,
do.
all right, I usually have a recipe corner, but I will be bringing that back in the next episode. So,
Okay.
I usually put any news in my spotlight, but at the moment I don't have any news for my spotlight at the moment, so I'll be bringing that one back in the next episode, unless my special guest have any other subjects that he might want me to talk about in the spotlight. Then it's all right with me.
Angelique, you know what? You know that part of what I do for People Inc. is the right of the month, right? Do you have any suggestions for a particular right of the month that you would like to see?
It's good thing you mentioned about that because I actually have a white corner in this podcast as well. So,
Okay.
I'm trying to do. Ooh, now that's a toughie. I would have to think about that.
Okay.
I'll let you know because I
All
would have to
right.
think about that.
All right. We got the right of the month for April about to come out. And I think starting next week because I'm going out for a little procedure on March 24th, which
Oh,
I'm sorry to have to break the news to you, but I will not be able to attend your advocacy group this month.
that's all right. That is all right. It's bad enough to have 2 million that it is in the same day anyway. So
Man.
yeah, I got a life plan meeting the same day
Yeah.
technically. So.
So if you can help me think, even if it's something for later down the road, for maybe something later this summer or something later in the year. If you can think of a right of the month that you want us to use, please let me know. You got my email now.
Yes, I do. And it's a good thing you mentioned about social media because I am all over social media myself.
Yeah,
I just actually renamed my podcast, so
yeah, I see that.
you can use Dear Diva Pod to like me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram at Dear Diva Podcast. You can now send me an email, which is ngchatpod0231 at yahoo.com. So now you can book to be on air with me. And if you want, you can DM me as well at IG at Dear Diva Podcast. By the way, I am I am also on TikTok as well for y'all to follow me, which is at Lady E Diva Dirty One. If you want to follow me. I had to kind of put that out there because I remember a long time ago I put TikTok on here and I never put it back on here. So,
Gotcha.
all right. Since we're talking about something positive, I always have to have a happy vibes only zone on my podcast. So now I have a couple more questions to ask Mr. Izzy. What
What?
do you do in a positive way in your life in general?
Well, I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek of what I have in the works. So I the other day, you know, Mr. Brad Watson, myself, and a recruiter from People Inc. We went to Kenmore East uh the other day to give some insight to students and things like that. And there was a teacher that came up to me or came up to us asking about different resources for a student that she has in her class. And I was one of the ones that she personally reached out to. I gave her my email, and within minutes, she had reached out to me, and I was giving her some ideas of where she could possibly go with this student for his future. Because when he gets ready, as you know, I'm sure, um, when we were ready to transition from high school to adulthood, we weren't quite sure where we wanted to go. So to be able to assist somebody with that is really cool.
Definitely agree about that. Especially since I've been going into the school system myself. And it's a good thing you mentioned about Kenmore East. Cause I have I don't have cause I have my first book in that school in the library.
Oh, do you? That's cool.
Yes I do.
Nice, nice, nice.
Gonna have to go back and put my second one in there.
I'm gonna next time I go in there, I'm gonna have to check it out.
That's a good idea.
You know what? Next time I see you, Angelique, I want a signature. Do I gotta pay for your autograph or do I get a free one?
Uh, You can have a free one on me.
Okay, cool.
All right, now you know the reason why I had to answer that question about being positive is because I have a new section that I kind of came up with a couple of months ago. And I said I always do something positive on the podcast. So I thought I'd do a little spin on that. And I came up with bitter pill. I mentioned about to Brad when I actually had interviewed him on my show, and he thought that was a perfect metaphoric corner for me to to call it bitter pill. So, and in this corner, I always ask, how do you deal with negative people? So, Izzy, how do you deal with negative people?
Honestly, negative dealing with negative people is just me. I've always let it fall to the wayside. Um, don't give it too much attention. You know, we don't have enough time for negative space in our lives. The way life is going nowadays and the way the world is going nowadays, we don't have room for negative people. So over the last few years, I've just kind of let it fall. Um, and just let it be, right? Because we don't really have, there's not enough time in this world to give negativity any time of day, right? So I try to stay as positive as possible.
I definitely agree about that. 'Cause as I always say, I either turn one cheek or the other, and I just walk away.
Yep, yep,
I go to one ear and not the other.
yep.
Now, this is a new section, after vibe, because, after the month, I always put out what I'm going to do for a new month. So this time we'll be in April. So I will be having a history of Easter EP. An awareness table. We're gonna always have an awareness table, and hopefully have my diva reunion with a really good diva of mine, Miss Chanel Wilson. Hey
That'll be
Chanel.
fun. That'll be fun.
And another friend of mine in artistic creativity. I have a great friend that is actually also a content creator, but she also is an artist as well too. She actually paints. So I'm happy about that. And it's a good thing you mentioned about Right of the Month. Is because I created a rights corner for the podcast. I uh I really don't have no white in this corner, so I will be bringing that one back in the next episode. Let's go. I know we are in the month of March, and it's a good thing that Mr. Izzy mentioned about right of the month. What is the right of the month this month, Izzy?
The right of the month for January, thanks to all of our advocates in the United Voices for Change advocacy group, which I feel like you should join us one of these days and see if you can give some insight. Um, the right of the month for March is I have the right to be involved in social opportunities.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's a good thing you mentioned about that, 'cause I was actually a part of that group a long time ago.
Well, maybe you should come back and be my co-chair.
Well, that I would have to think about.
Think about it.
Okay.
Think about it. We'll talk. I'll have your people call my people. How about that?
Okay. And it's
All
a good
right.
thing you mentioned about BJ. It's
Uh-huh.
because I'm gonna have him and Chester on my podcast,
Oh, you gonna have fun with that one, huh?
which is really funny because we were in Albany together at the
Yeah.
state conference last year in December, and they
Yeah.
had their own broadcasting live from in Albany with their podcast. I did not know that they had a podcast. It's a state podcast. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I would love to have them on my podcast. So when he came to the table, and it was like both our brains was thinking alike. Because I asked him about him being on my podcast, and all of a sudden, soon as I opened up my mouth and said that, he said, "I want you to be on mine too." I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, I need a spot on that podcast. He told me that I had a spot too. We gotta work that out.
Yes, we did. And I love Chester. I did not know that I was sitting next to Chester because he was sitting at the same table as me. I'm like, is that Chester? I did not
Yeah.
know I was sitting next to Chester though.
Do you not know did you not know who Chester was beforehand?
Yes, I did, but I did not know I was sitting next to him though.
Oh, okay. Oh,
But
you
I knew
meant
who
like
he was though.
you just didn't know that they were gonna place you in the same spot.
Yeah.
Okay, got it, got it, got it.
All right. I have a drawback zone in this podcast. So in this zone, y'all can either watch older episodes of my show or listen to some throwback episodes of my podcast as well. So let me know your girl can hook y'all up. And I got uh, three seasons of the podcast now. This is actually my third season of the podcast. So
Very cool.
I always have a health inbox in my podcast, but this time I don't have one. So I will be bringing that one back in the next episode with my doctor in the house, Dr. Everett. So I'll be bringing that one back with Dr. Everett next month. Now we're going down to the cool zone. I always have a cool zone. So I will be asking my special guest, what kind of music you like, Izzy?
Well, I listen to pretty much everything except for I'm not the biggest country fan except for Jelly Roll. I like Jelly Roll. Um I
You sound like Noelle when she be saying that. I don't like country music.
right, I've never been a fan of country music. Except like I said, except for Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll's my dude. I want to meet Jelly Roll someday. Jelly Roll seems like a really good dude. I'm a big fan. I like rap. I love Spanish music. Growing up in a Puerto Rican household, that's all you
What?
listen to when you were growing up. Yeah, so um, yeah, I listen to pretty much anything.
Oh, I agree, but I do like country. I love Johnny Roll. I would love to meet him. He's like my inspiration, especially when I find out that he lost 300 pounds.
Yeah, did you see that? He looks like he lost half a person.
And when he said that, I'm like, go ahead, my man, go ahead. And he was actually on SmackDown last night, and he had said it. And how the way people were looking down at him though about it. I'm
Yeah,
like, no, 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 they didn't.
yeah,
Just because he lost all that weight.
yeah,
He inspired me. So when I
yeah.
read that story,
Jelly Roll is a huge inspiration to a lot of people, including myself.
and I love Spanish music myself. So, do you listen to any podcasts?
I do. I listen to a lot of wrestling podcasts, sports podcasts. Um, I want to eventually, maybe get into the podcast space. I don't know. We'll see.
Definitely agree about that, and especially you definitely got to listen to my podcast as well too. Since you love my
Uh,
podcast,
oh, as always, I got to listen to it.
yes. What about movies?
I am a big. I love comedy. I love Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was always one of my favorite comedians. Um, I love action movies. The first four Fast and Furious movies were my favorites, and then after that, it just went downhill. Um, and me and Courtney are starting to get into some movies and shows that we like to watch together. So,
Ooh,
we run down a rabbit hole right now. Angelique, I gotta tell you, she's got me watching Grey's Anatomy. Angelique,
what?
yeah,
And how do you like it?
oh, I love it. How about season 5, episode 6?
I don't know about me looking at that. I like the 911 series because my favorite one is with the spinoff is 911 Nashville that just actually came out.
I was telling Courtney, I think it was last night or the night before, that I used to be a big Chicago Med fan,
Oh,
and now I'm all about Grey's Anatomy. So I switched shows.
and I love Chicago. I love Chicago PD. That's my favorite one too.
See, out of all the Chicago shows, it used to be Chicago Med, but then they changed everybody on the show. So they just get the.
I never seen Chicago Man. What
You
about
should check it out.
sports?
Um, I love I love baseball. I grew up um pretty much on the baseball field because my brother played from the age of 4
Ooh,
to 17. So we were always traveling around the greater Buffalo area. And then we made it as far as Cooperstown, New York, which is just outside of Albany, so about 5 hours from here. I love football. I'd go Bills.
Go
Um,
Bills.
go Bills, right? Um, and I like to watch. I don't watch basketball as much as I used to, but when the NBA finals come around, I always top a squad and watch.
Definitely agree about that. Like when we say go Bills, they better get their act together.
Right.
Especially since they had to fire McDermott and had
Yeah.
to upgrade on a new coach.
Yep. Hey, Angelique, you know the saying, right? We don't here in Buffalo, we don't say hello. What do we say?
Uh,
Go
I'm,
Bills, right?
yeah, go Bills.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you said that because I had like a dumb moment when you said that.
Yeah.
Or believe.
Right. Yep.
All right, now I'm going to close this out now.
All right, let's do it.
This has been another episode of Dear Diva podcast. Thanks, Izzy.
Thank you very much for having me, Angelique. It was a great time.
You're welcome. I'm your host, Angelique, and I'll holla right back at y'all next time. Peace out.
Peace out, everybody.
Duh.